In today's news, BVI Argel Horton featured for Black and Marine Science Week, and Christmas in the city hailed a success. We have all the highlights from this weekend's activities.
Also in Puerto Rico, we see where they're tightening up on their COVID-19 measures once again. All these and so much more when 284 News returns.
Christmas bells ringing? Are you listening? Rightway Food Markets is giving back up to $10,000 to you, and yes, you. Spend $50 or more in any one of our locations for a chance to win one of two $500 store vouchers each week. And there's more. On the day before Christmas, two lucky persons will win $1,000. Just scan the QR code to upload your receipt or simply drop it into the entry box to win. This promotion ends on December 24th. Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
I am a poor boy too.
Welcome everybody. It's Monday, December 7th, 2020. We're coming to you live and direct from our paradise in Tortola, the beautiful British Virgin Islands. I'm Ron Grant.
And I am Kyla Kenesha Forbes. We're back here once again on a Monday. Of course, you're watching 284 News, where we provide you with your local, regional, and international content. Now we'll jump straight into our news summaries. We see where on the international eyes continue to watch amid BVI's delayed assent to medical cannabis bill. Governor pushing, and that's Governor Jasper, that is pushing for legislation to investigate persons with what he calls unexplained wealth. Also, we see where Honorable Mark Vanterpool calls for better treatment of white locals.
Most definitely. Continuing on, Liat suspends Barbados St. Vincent flights, and BVI Argel Horton featured for Black and Marine Science, which we're going to get into very quickly. Of course, Christmas in this city has been hailed a huge success. We have all the highlights from the weekend's activity, and we do, of course, hope that each and every one of you had a wonderful weekend. Now, beginning our newscast on the local scene, marine biologist in the Environment and Climate Change Unit, Ms. Argel Horton, is being featured by the Marine Conservation Society along with two other prominent Caribbean scientists and marine conservationists as they celebrate Black and Marine Science Week 2020 from November 29th to December 5th. Now, in the Black and Marine Science feature, Ms. Horton expressed that she has had a passion for the sea and the environment from a very young age, which was as a result of the many adventures that she had with her father, Mr. Alvin Horton, who was a captain and a fisherman. Now, the knowledge that Captain Horton shared with Miss Horton about ocean life captivated her essentially and fostered her interest with all the wonders of the sea, which led her to pursue academic studies related to the environment. Now, Miss Horton said, and I quote, "I enjoy the ability to constantly learn. One of my most memorable moments was when I did an ocean exploration mission abroad to the Nautilus research vessel. Scientists were conducting research at sea mounts within the BVI's territorial waters. They collected geographical, biological, and chemical water samples and mapped the area with multi-beam battery and saw the learned experience about deep sea corals and the fauna that resides along the summits of the sea mounts." Now, Ms. Horton added that she loves that her job is not stagnant at all and that she enjoys sharing knowledge with others and seeing their eyes light up when she tells them about the environment. Now, particularly, that is what inspires her to continue doing her best to preserve the natural resources in the territory, the Virgin Islands. Now, when asked what she hopes to achieve with her work in the territory of the BVI, Ms. Horton said, and I quote, "I am hoping for a better environment for all. I think we need to have a fair and equal balance where we can develop the greener technologies and incorporate best practices in the way we live to reduce our impacts on the environment and species. Now, Black in Science Week was created to create virtual space for Black marine scientists. The space showcases a very diverse and brilliant group of Black marine scientists from all over the world. The week features events on planned topics ranging from hair care in the field to their favorite scientists, techniques. Black marine science from around the globe take part in conservations and conferences about their research and, of course, what got them interested in marine science. Now, during the week, there are also planned events targeted to inspire the next generation of scientists. The Ministry of Natural Resources, Labor, and Immigration congratulates Ms. Horton and is extremely proud of her work. The ministry will also continue to inspire the currently enrolled and future generation of scientists as it effectively manages scientists to effectively manage the administrators of natural resources in the territory in a manner that really contributes to the long-term stability. Carla, what a beautiful story. You and I have spoke many times, and Jovan as well, as it pertains to careers that are not too popular.
Or unconventional.
Unconventional, correct. And we're so happy to see a local Virgin Islander moving into the scientist and environmental aspect. And of course, encouraging others to really tap into that if they are interested in it.
I agree. I think it is very heartwarming. I think the best part about it is the fact that this passion was basically molded by the experience that she had with her father. And just having a parent that encourages you to step outside of the box and to show you these different adventures, I think is so much to hold on to. So I definitely think this is awesome stuff.
And one of the things I think it brings to fruition is that it's really an honor and privilege in many aspects to be born and raised in the tropics, especially in the beautiful British Virgin Islands. And I think if more parents, teachers, family members were to foster and utilize the environment around us to really sustain and encourage a variety of careers, I think we'll have a lot more persons like Ms. Horton tapping into the environmental aspect.
You're so right. Now, as we move on, newly sworn in Attorney General Honourable Dawn Smith attended her first meeting as Deputy Chairperson of the Virgin Islands General Legal Counsel just last month. Now, the current membership consists of Ms. Anita Smith, the chairperson, Honorable Dawn Smith, Deputy Chairperson, ex officio member Mrs. Kimberly Crabb Adams, President of the Bar Association, ex officio Dr. Richard May, Mr. Meade Malone, Mrs. Michelle Fret McTavius, and Mrs. Jude Hodge. Now, in a quote, it said, and I quote, "The Commission is committed to fulfilling its mandate under the Legal Profession Act and is moving forward to address matters including the suspended provisions of acts," Chairperson Ms. Anita Smith said. She also indicated that the Council will take steps shortly to bring greater awareness of the provisions of the Act to the general public and the members of the legal profession. The powers and functions of this Council include to regulate and supervise generally the legal profession and to ensure compliance with the provisions of the Legal Profession Act. Also, to evaluate, review, and set the standards of conduct and proficiency of the legal profession in the Virgin Islands. Also, to protect the interests of the public with the respect to practice of law in the Virgin Islands, and once again, to promote, maintain, and support the administration of justice and observance of the rule of law. Now, the Legal Professions Act was passed in the House of Assembly on March 25th, 2015, and came into force on November 11th of that same year. The chair and other members are appointed to serve for 3 years. Now, the full complement of members to comprise the current Virgin Islands General Legal Counsel pursuant of the Legal Profession Act 2015 was finalized in December 2019. The council held its first meeting on January 16th, 2020. Now, the powers and functions of the council are to regulate and supervise the legal profession, as we said before. Ron, we see newly sworn in Attorney General Honourable Dawn Smith stepping into her first meetings. I think we continue to congratulate her and to encourage her to do the best that she can. I think she will do a great job, as we said before.
Most definitely, and we continue to wish her the very best. Not an easy job, not
at all.
Not a simple task, as simple as it might be, but I do understand and based on her expertise, suggest that she will do a remarkable job.
Most definitely.
Continuing on, still ahead, we have Puerto Rico. They are announcing stricter measures amidst COVID-19 pandemic, and Christmas in the city literally lights up Road Town, and it has been hailed a huge success. We have all the highlights from the weekend. In case you missed it, all this and more when 284 News returns.
The win! Oh!
What is the hell?
I'm freaking out!
Is time.
284 News.
Coming to you live and direct from the beautiful British Virgin Islands.
What's poppin', what's really good, what's happening, what's up?
Davis has won it for the Lakers!
Viewers, welcome back. For those just joining us, you're watching 284 News out of Tortola in the beautiful British Virgin Islands. This weekend took to the streets. Christmas in the city took center stage at the Ralph O'Neill Administration building. Kyla, this is an event that has changed names over the course based on direction, but we see where it's now hailed Christmas in the city, and persons from all walks of life came to really ring in the Christmas season and have a wonderful, wonderful time. We had steel pan, we had artistry, we had sip and paint, we had skits, we had a lot of stuff going on, and literally the Ralph O'Neill Administration Complex, the Honourable Ralph O'Neill Administration Complex, came alive. We took to the streets, of course, to really get an understanding of what persons and how persons felt about this event, and one of the things that we've been getting is that they really love the location.
Right.
Of course, it's changed, but they feel a little bit more secure. Believe it or not, it was ample space for vendors, and we saw a lot more vendors this time around. We want to congratulate and take this time out to wish and give our full support rather to the organizers, Miss Janice Bratwood Edwards, who is the city manager but also volunteer for Christmas in the City, as well as all the other committee members who are putting on such a wonderful event. Christmas in the Virgin Islands is a bit different.
Yes.
We have a lot of different facets that really come into fruition. We have the caroling, and I suspect that with COVID-19, the caroling aspect may look a little bit different. However, we really want to reiterate the importance of culture and heritage.
Agreed.
And I think this event is one of the main ones that really signifies and solidifies our Virgin Islands culture. I must admit, one of my favorite parts was being able to get some cassava bread with coconut. That was super good. It was good, as well as guava berry and a lot of different stuff. So we have some highlights, and we're going to take a look.
All right, give it up for the shooting stars.
I'm glad that they put it in this area where it's more space. Seems like there's a lot more booths this year. Lots of food. The music is great. Nice to have something to do with the family. Everybody, please come on down. There's lots to choose from, a lot of stuff to buy and spend money on. So the music is great. So come on down.
Merry Christmas!
Hi, my name is Kaylee. I am here at Island Flavors down in Christmas in the city. I'm inviting everyone down to try my lemonade and happy holidays to everyone.
Hi, good night, guys. This is Cynthia from Cynthia's Corner Store coming to you from Christmas in the city. This is my stall. I have a variety of candies and toys, especially toys for all kids of all ages. If you bring your little ones out, they can get lights. You can get a jump start on shopping for your Christmas toys as well. So yes, you guys can get a sneak peek of what all we have in store for you. We just want to wish everyone a safe and Merry Christmas, and we hope to see you soon. Good evening, I'm Alicia Paul, and I'm displaying my natural jewelry, all made from natural products. And my business is natural jewelry and crafts. And all the products, as I said, is made from coconut, bamboo, calabash, wood. So it's all natural, all of nature. Welcome down to Christmas in the city. Come and support the vendors and have a good holiday.
Viewers, those are some highlights from Christmas in the City 2020. A lot of persons, Carla, have been saying, no Christmas, we skipping Christmas this year, ain't gonna Christmas. Not quite, not in the BVI, we're doing it.
Ron, I'm really happy to see just last week it was the lighting of the Christmas tree, and now we see Christmas in the City,
Yes.
which have been rebranded for quite about the third time now.
Yes.
And don't get me wrong, Christmas on Main Street was definitely something to recreate the reputation that it had, and they tried their best with Christmas on DeCastro Street, and then we saw where it was a traffic turnaround, so they had to find another
Yes.
space. And I can definitely say that the volunteers on this committee, I think they hit the nail on the head with this
I agree.
one. I've been hearing some really great reviews, and my heart is warmed by just the turnout that I've been seeing at these events. First, the lighting of the Christmas tree, and now Christmas in the City. Because as you said, I think Christmas in the BVI is all about culture.
Yes.
And these two events really speaks Christmas in the BVI. So I'm really happy to see our people out and
agree.
about once again
Enjoying
the
themselves,
Christmas
yeah.
season. So we just want to continue to do that as the season progresses.
Of course, observing our health and safety protocols,
course.
because we're not out of the woods as yet.
Of course,
Yes.
definitely. So now as we move on, we span over to Puerto Rico, where their governor on Thursday, that's last week, Thursday, announced stricter measures to fight COVID-19, including a lockdown on Sundays and the closure of all marinas as the U.S. territory continues to grapple with an increase in cases and, unfortunately, deaths. Now, Governor Wanda Vasquez also tightened a curfew, with businesses now ordered to close by 8:30 p.m. and no one allowed on the street from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. except for essential workers and those delivering food until 11 p.m. Now, only gas stations, pharmacies, grocery stores, and hardware stores will be allowed to open on Sundays, though restaurants can offer delivery or carry out services. In addition, alcohol sales will be banned from 5 a.m. on Saturday to 5 a.m. on Monday. Now, the new measures begin this Monday and run through January 7th, the height of the island's Christmas holidays and tourism season. Beaches will remain closed except to those doing exercise. In a quote, Governor Vasquez said, "We have to pause to save the lives of our old people mainly," as she read the names and age of the latest COVID-19 deaths reported on Thursday. Some of the measures were criticized by various business business groups which warned that up to 25% of businesses might not survive the pandemic by next year, adding that the weekend ban on alcohol sales will hit especially hard. Now, the newest restrictions come as Puerto Rico still struggles to recover from Hurricane Maria and a string of strong earthquakes that hit nearly a year ago. The U.S. territory is trying to emerge from a years-long recession and to restructure a portion of its more than $70 billion public debt. Now, the governor warns that if the number of coronavirus infections and COVID-19 deaths keep increasing, she would implement a total lockdown. But for now, she did not approve other restrictions recommended by independent health experts, including closing commercial businesses and allowing them only to sell online. Now, the island of 3.2 million people has had more than 52,000 confirmed coronavirus cases and more than 1,150 deaths from COVID-19. More than 100 people are now connected to artificial respirators, the highest number since the pandemic began. November also was the month with the highest number of deaths, with the intensive care unit of at least one major hospital basically filled to capacity. Now, she also said this is not acceptable for any government that values lives. Ron, I think people in the BVI could span right across Puerto Rico. I think as our curfew later last week was renewed for 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Many persons are of the opinion that this does not make sense.
Well, we still don't understand the purpose of the curfew at that time, but nevertheless.
That is very true. That's the questions that persons are asking. But you can span across the region and see where islands, territories, states are tightening back up on coronavirus. And yes, we want to know the reason, definitely so, but I think we have to understand how blessed we are in the BVI to be able to operate to the level that we still are.
I agree, and I get your point of view. One of the things that we see across the region and also internationally is that territories continue to reinstate partial lockdowns. Some are doing it just on a day, some are doing it on weekends, but it varies, and it again varies because of their comfortability and what they think works for them.
Right.
We have to continue to be on our guard, and I think that's the most important.
I do agree. Now, viewers, we have so much more for you as we span across to the UK, but you don't want to miss this. This is 284 News, and we'll be right back.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Viewers, welcome back. You're watching 284 News. Now, on the international scene over in the UK, Britain's healthcare providers are gearing up to start giving the first doses of the COVID vaccine just less than a week after the United Kingdom became the first Western nation to approve the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, vaccinations are set to begin on Tuesday in England, Wales, and Scotland. Northern Ireland is said that they would start administering the vaccines early in the week, but did not specify which day. Now, the process, which is complicated by the need to store the vaccine under the strict conditions and to give, of course, the recipients 2 doses from around the world. Now, Saffron Cordy, Deputy Chief Executive of NHS providers, told Sky News on Sunday that 50 hospitals hubs across England had already received their allocation of the vaccine and that their distribution of the vaccine was really well underway now. Now, UK health officials, experts, say they have up to 4 million doses of the vaccine, which offers a 95% protection against COVID-19, and they are available by the end of December, which is really great news for the persons over in the UK. We've spoken about the availability of the vaccine, but the UK is seemingly full speed ahead in getting that out by the end of December. Now, the government has ordered 40 million doses of the vaccine so far, enough to vaccinate 20 million people, or a third of the UK population. Now, more deaths from COVID-19 have been recorded, unfortunately, in the UK than anywhere else in Europe. The speed with which UK regulators approved the vaccine ahead of their counterparts elsewhere in Europe and, of course, the United States raised questions in some quarters, but they said that the process has been incredibly robust. Kyla, great news again, and we continue to wish persons all across the territory. This is going to be an ongoing process.
Of course.
And a conversation that we're going to continue to touch on, but it's very important as we seek and we see where the UK is full speed ahead.
Full speed ahead. Just a few days ago when we spoke about this vaccine, the quote was that this might be the near end of this COVID-19 pandemic, although I think that is a huge statement.
Yes.
I think this is progression. This is something that the world have been waiting on as it pertains to COVID-19 and seeing some kind of progression as it pertains to some sort of end. So yeah, we'll be definitely keeping our ears on the ground as this story progresses. Now, in our last story of the day, the United Nations Commission on Narcotic Drugs, which is the CND, has voted to remove cannabis from its classification as a dangerous drug. Now, the CND's 53 member states voted to remove cannabis from Schedule 5 of the 1,961 single convention on the narcotic drugs, where it was listed alongside deadly addictive drugs such as opioid, including heroin. Now, the decision was made after the CND reviewed a series of World Health Organization recommendations on marijuana and its derivatives. Now, the historic vote saw 27 in favor and 25 against and 1 abstention. Now, while cannabis remains largely an illegal substance, the vote is said to open the doors for more research into medication and therapeutic aspects of this plant. Now, in the Caribbean, there have been moves by many governments in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Cayman Islands, and right here in the BVI, for example, to somewhat legalize cannabis for medical purposes. Now, others such as Jamaica, Belize, Trinidad and Tobago, Antigua and Barbuda, and most recently Barbados have decriminalized the drug under certain qualifications and placed restrictions on where it can be consumed. Ron, this is a big deal.
It is.
All across the world, I think we see where more and more persons are accepting cannabis as a plant for medical use, and I think this is great. There's much more to be done as it pertains to decriminalizing it, but this is a step.
Well, as we look at the research and, of course, the trend that's been taking place not only locally but across the region, not only are persons, I believe, coming and opening up to the idea that it is a plant, particularly for medical uses. But I think one of the things that is of paramount importance is we see where the importance of decriminalizing the drug is of paramount importance, because we continue to see where persons are differentiating, where persons are having a legal record, they're not able to get jobs, they're literally their interpretation or their integrity, and their livelihood is being targeted and at threat because of a criminal record for being caught with certain quantities of marijuana. Now, there are many who argue marijuana is a gateway drug and that there are different aspects to the effects of it. However, I think it's a conversation that continues to really raise eyebrows, and of course this is a big step. Now, of course, we have to look at the fact that here in the territory of the Virgin Islands, these conversations have been paramount. Now, I don't know how far they're going to go. We are yet to have the cannabis bill assented to, but regardless of that, I think it's definitely a conversation that has come to the forefront, and persons all across the region and the world are being more and more more enlightened and open to the conversation of the benefits, the differences, and how economically it could assist territories.
Ron, now after this revelation coming out of the UN, this might be something to look at as it pertains to the ascension of that bill right here in the BVI.
And that's a good point, Kyla, because at the end of the day, we see where many times we are playing copycat. We're playing, they do it, so we're going to do it too.
Right.
So let's just see if this bill will finally be assented to. Viewers, that's all the time we have. And thank you so much for sticking with us. I'm Ron Grant.
And I am Kyla Kenesha Forbes. Have a great evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.